Grand Rising, blessed babies. Happy Friday. It's the end of the week for most of us. It's the end of the week. The weekend is here. I hope everyone had an amazing week, and if you didn't, I hope that the weekend picks it up and makes it better for you. So, with that being said, I want to get into the message that I woke up with this morning. And it's still going to be based around anxiety because this week I've been talking about a lot of anxiety and really trying to get people to understand that it's a low vibrational emotion. It's a low vibrational feeling. Anxiety is not a good thing. Most of us know that feeling anxious, it doesn't feel good. Having anxiety doesn't feel good. Some of us even have physical um, things that come out. Like for me, when I'm anxious, I start to sweat or my stomach hurts, which is like two of the most common side effects of having anxiety. But then the other parts of anxiety is like the negative side. You know, when you have so much anxiety, you're so filled up and you're just so scatterbrained that you could make mistakes or you could say the wrong things or you could do the wrong things. You know, it's not really a healthy emotion. What else I want to talk about in addition to anxiety? Is that a lot of times when a person is negative and they have anxiety, that anxiety will then mold into envy. And we all know what envy is. Envy is just basically jealousy. It's basically competition in a sense. Another word for competition. And envy can be really, really, really nasty. That is why envy is a deadly sin. Envy can put you in a whole bunch of situations that you do not want to be in just because really of your anxiety of not knowing who you are, but wanting to be other people because you don't know who you are. That's literally where envy comes from, which is why there's a lot of people on this earth that can't stand other folks because they can't stand themselves. Now, so you have anxiety, you have envy. What comes along with envy though is glutton and greed. Gluttony is mostly everybody knows that pertains to food and alcohol or something like that, but it can be anything, whether it's a glutton for money, whether it's a glutton for punishment, which means you're not learning your lesson. No, glutton can stand for anything. It just means to do an excess, right? You can be a gossiper and gluttony. You can just be a glutton and gossip. Always got somebody's name or business in your mouth, right? Then there's greedy, want more, 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 or people who do bad things and they're like, I'm not gonna get caught. I haven't been caught yet, and they keep doing it. You know, them type of situations where someone keep doing something and it's like, okay, keep on doing it. You're gonna be mad now. You know that's the greedy part. You know, the people, all the rich people. I need this. I need that. I need the money. 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 You know, money is basically the root of all evil, is what they say. But it's also the root of greed. So it's also the root of gluttony, and it's also the root of envy. It's the root of a lot of things, this money thing, but that's not the point. The point is these emotions that I think a lot of people don't have under check. Like they're not in check. So what they do is they take these mental health conditions and they say, oh, well, I have ADHD. Oh, well, I have anxiety. Oh, I have depression. Oh, I have this. Oh, I have that. Those are all just emotions within yourself that have been capped as a mental health thing for people just to just lean on. Those are crutches. Those mental health terms are crutches. You learn them and then you lean on them. So when you do something, when a person does something, they say, "Oh, it's just my ADHD. Oh, it's just this. Oh, it's just my autism. Oh, it's just no." Stop using those things as a crutch. Most people sit there and don't even work themselves through those conditions. What they do is they get ready to hop up on medication, and then they talk to all these other fake old people that claim that they have. There's a lot more people that claim that they have a diagnosis rather than going to go get checked for a diagnosis. A lot of times people don't even be having these issues. It's just they're not one with themselves. I guarantee you, the moment you become one with yourself, all of your little mental health conditions are going to evaporate. I guarantee you. This is why you got to be careful when you're getting stuck in these little mental health conditions, because mental health conditions are nothing more than demonic possessions. People tend to forget that while we're living, we're still walking in a spiritual world. Just because you have a life and you're living in the flesh and you're not dead does not mean that you are not a spirit. You are still a spirit. So almost everything that we do on a living earth is spiritual. So yes, if you're having some type of mental breakdown, you're probably having some type of demonic possession. And just because no one is out here looking like the girl from The Exorcist doesn't mean that someone isn't possessed. You have to look at a person's behavior to be able to tell, and that's where the mental health conditions came from. So, with that being said, I want y'all to think about yourselves, think about your daily activities, think about your life. If you feel like you may be one of these things, see how you can turn it around to be positive. Because in another video, like I said, there are people who have gifts who are evil, and there are people who have gifts who are good. And then you have the evil people who pretend. Like I was watching Bad Guys with